There we go. Thank you. Welcome to the May 7th, 2026 City Council meeting. Monica, will you call the roll, please? Thank you.
Mayor Jones,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Nakai,
Here.
Councilmember Bryant,
Here.
Councilmember Gear,
Here.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember DeZellem,
Here.
6 present. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Will you join me in what am I saying? Reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. There we go. Thank my goodness, man. Goodness. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Hey. All right, sir, let's see. Item number 3, ceremonies, presentations, and appointments. We have item A, Monica.
Yes. So we have 2 openings on the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and we had 2 applicants, Ryan Skajewski and Rick Roberts. Which are you both here in the audience?
Oh,
okay, great. Ryan will be renewing a 2-year term, and Rick Roberts will be filling the position left by Councilmember DeZellem, which will expire in April of 2027. So we would recommend appointment of both of them.
Perfect. Let's see, Ryan, would you like to come up first and give us your name and maybe tell us a little bit about your background and why you would like to be on the Parks and Rec Board?
Yes, my name is Ryan Skajewski. First off, I apologize for not coming to last meeting. I was far too sick. You wouldn't have wanted me here.
Nope, thank you.
Yes. So I'm here today for reappointment. I've been on the Parks and Recreation Board for about 1 year, lived in Woodland. Oh, yep. Hear me now? Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Lived in Woodland Park for about 4 years. I've really enjoyed the work I've done on the Parks and Rec Board. With Avengers Open Space and the golf course coming up, we have a lot of big projects on our hands and more to come, I'm sure, depending on kind of how things go this year. I know we just finalized our goals for this year, so I'm excited to get started on those. And really what brought me to Parks and Recreation is that when I moved to Woodland Park 4 years ago, what brought me here was the recreational opportunities, the trails, the biking, the open spaces. I've picked up pickleball since I've been here. I know that's a controversial topic, but
really, no, that was pretty much settled.
So yeah, I'm excited to apply for another 2-year appointment.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
Boy, these things are loud. So, Ryan, I'm glad to see you re-upping. What is your highlight for being on the Park and Rec Board?
Yeah, I know when we did the public forum regarding the Avengers Open Space and what people wanted to see in that space, I really enjoyed being a part of that. Receiving community feedback and seeing what different things people in the community are passionate about. I know my area was bikes and e-bikes and seeing what they wanted to see on that open space. I really enjoyed getting that community feedback and really seeing how passionate the community was about this new open space we have.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
No.
Nope. Okay. Brian, thank you.
Thank you.
Rick. Thank you, sir.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Rick Roberts. I've got 20 years of experience running morale, welfare, and recreation activities within the military. I moved here about 4 years ago, and I'm very passionate about parks and recreation, understand the value of what it really brings to individual health and wellness and as a community as a whole. And so I've been, as a member of the public, attending the board meeting since January, learning, getting educated, and seeing where I could fit in. And I'm happy to, be able to contribute where I can. And I hope you guys agree with me.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
Sure. So, Rick, after sitting for many, many months in the background there, what is your highlight that you've seen that you would like to input if you're being on the board?
Yeah, so I have again wide experience here, and the things that I've observed, right? Highlights, I think, I'd like to contribute to the management and master plan of Avenger Open Space. Understand there may be some interest in developing a management or master plan for the golf course as well, and then wherever else my skills and experience can contribute to the broad range of everything that's going on, even of the capital investments in, the Meadowood Sports Complex or even the golf course. Again, in the military, I oversaw anywhere from golf courses to, fitness centers, aquatic centers, outdoor recreation. So again, hope to bring that experience and contribute where the city could use it.
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, any other questions?
I was going to,
Yeah.
but you pretty much covered it, so I'm good.
I got one.
Yeah.
Your application says you've lived here in Woodland Park for about 4 years.
Mhm.
What brought you to Woodland Park?
Trails.
All right.
Awesome.
I'll just be honest with you guys. Hiking saved my life when I came back from Afghanistan. And so we moved here for the peace and quiet, the solitude. I have a trail right out of my yard back to the National Forest. And that's what brought us here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Peace and serenity.
Thank you, Rick. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Stay close because we're gonna do an alt.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, council, any further discussion?
No, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Rick Roberts and Ryan, I can't pronounce your last name, Skyeski, to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board.
I'll second it.
Okay,
Okay, Jones,
yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
and the motion passes unanimously.
Congratulations.
So now I will. This is what full office right here. You could both raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ryan Skyeski,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Colorado,
and of the state of Colorado,
the charter and ordinances
the charter and ordinances
of the city of Woodland Park,
of the city of Woodland Park,
and that I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
the duties
the duties
as member of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board,
as members of the Parks and Recreational Advisory Board,
which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
You.
I'm gonna have you both sign these for me.
Yeah, thank you both for serving. Thank you for your service here.
Yep.
Okay, that brings us to item 3B, sales tax update. Here,
Thank you, Council. Nicole, can you throw that up there for me? Here we go. All right, tonight I have for you the February 2026 sales tax update for revenues received in the month of March. So year to date, we are up so far 3.8%. We're up 44,000 over last year with a total collection of 1,200,000. The month of February, we are up 4.2%, which was 22,000 over last year and $575,000 total. For lodging tax, we are down year to date 17.1%. February, if we recall, January was pretty flat. February was down 38.9%. So it is continuing to go down a little bit there. When we look up, let me shrink this a little. All right, we have a lot of green on here. So when we look at January, you can see that we've been up year over year over year. Last year, we had a little bit of a dip, and then we are pretty much just right below where we were in 2024, sorry. So that's where we're at so far. We should have the next month's sales tax report at our next meeting to look.
okay,
But it's looking good so far.
Yeah.
Any questions?
council?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Okay, Item 3C, appointment to Planning Commission. Monica.
Yes, thank you. So we have received an application to serve on Planning Commission from Mr. Joe Fury, and he is here in the audience. Would you like to come up and say a couple words?
Hello, Mayor and Council. So I've volunteered to serve on the Planning Commission. I've lived in Woodland Park within city limits for 23 years, plus another 7 years surrounded by Woodland Park in Sunnywood. And so I've served in the Air Force for 27 years, and then for a contractor supporting the Air Force for 17 years beyond that. And I have a bachelor's degree in engineering and a master's degree in engineering management. And I was not a pilot in the Air Force. I was a launch engineer and did space safety. And I, did a lot of facility planning for launch bases and siting, doing a facility siting, considering explosive safety aspects. I was on the charter committee, the most recent one. And I also volunteer occasionally for the No Flow fire mitigation crew. And also I attended many planning commission meetings several years ago when there were some issues that I was very interested in. And I've also attended many council meetings too. So
Great. Thank you, Joe.
Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, any questions, Council?
I don't necessarily have any questions. I just want to thank you. I really enjoyed working with you on the Charter Review Committee. And we've also worked together in the past, attending Planning Commission meetings with other issues. So I think you're a great asset. Thanks.
Thank you.
I definitely echo what Catherine said. I thought you were a great member of the Charter Review Committee. You were respectful, thoughtful. I do have one question here. I know your bachelor is in astronautical engineering. Does that mean you're technically a rocket scientist?
Rocket engineer, not science.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Joe, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Council, discussion or a motion?
I would like to make a motion that Seth was just going to do, so go ahead.
I'll make a motion to appoint Joe Fury to the Planning Commission.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Monica?
Yes. Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
and the motion passes unanimously. I would
Great.
do the oath of office for Joe. Yeah.
Okay.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Joseph Fury,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Colorado,
and of the state of Colorado,
the charter and ordinances
the charter and ordinances
of the city of Woodland Park,
of the city of Woodland Park,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
as a member of the Planning Commission
as a member of the Planning Commission
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Joe. Thank you. Okay. Item number 4, additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda. Monica. Okay, great. Consent calendar. This looks pretty big. I
Yeah,
gotta break these apart, yeah.
I think we take A and B together and then we split up C, D, and E separately.
Okay, is that okay? You good? Yeah, we'll do, okay, approval of the April 16th, 2026 City Council meeting minutes. It's got you on there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say.
And then, do you want to do just this? Yeah, okay.
I was just gonna do A and B together.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just said B.
And statement of expenditures for March 2026. Any
So-
discussion?
Perfect. Then I'll make a motion for the approval of the April 16th, 2026 City Council meeting minutes and the statement of expenditures for March 2026.
I'll second it.
Monica?
Okay. Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Nakai.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you for that, Jeff. Okay. Item C. Request to approve a change order in the amount of $53,866 to the existing contract with Ross Electric Enterprises Incorporated for additional electrical work for the construction of North Well Field Pump. I'll leave it at that. Kip, thank you.
Yes, you know, these, you could take all these together. It's okay.
I don't know.
So this change order is in regards to additional work. So last year, we budgeted to upgrade the pump station and put in a second 100 horsepower pump. When we did that, Core Ed came out and done some de-energizing of the facility, and they couldn't well, I shouldn't say they couldn't, they could, but they found some additional work that needed to be done because they didn't like the way it was wired previously. So with that, we're kind of getting a new power supply, if you will, for this pump station. Unfortunately, it's a pretty high ticket dollar amount, so it's before you tonight. So basically what's happened is with that new pump, we have to add an additional power feed and some other components, cabinets and things like that for this upgrade. In my staff report, I had the electrician summarize it because I'm not an electrician. I'll try to answer any questions you have in regards to that, but.
Thank you, Kip. Council, any questions? No? Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Kip. Council, any further discussion or motion?
Don't go anywhere, right?
I'm staying put.
I'll make a motion to approve the change order in the amount of $53,866 to the existing contract with Ross Electric Enterprises, Inc. for additional electrical work for the construction of the North Well Field Pump.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Seeing none. Monica?
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
and the motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you, Monica.
Sure, if there's anything Kip could have done to get it down, you would. So.
Okay, moving on to item D, approval of the contract between the City of Woodland Park and HCG Construction for construction of the reservoir access roads in the amount of 1.2246. I shouldn't have done it that way.
No.
$1,224,685. Take it away, Kip.
Yes, very excited about this contract. It's a long time coming. The reservoir is moving forward. So this contract is for the two access points to the proposed reservoir. We had budgeted in the 2026 budget 2.1 million, and the bids came in at the low bidder being 1.2. It was an extremely successful bid project. We had 12 bids out of the 17 that showed up for the pre-bid meeting, so very exciting. The bids ranged from 1.2 to about 2 million. Our engineer has went over all the bid tabs in the contract. They've provided all the bonds, and we would like to move forward with them on your approval. What questions may I answer?
Council.
Is the road dirt or is it asphalt?
It's dirt.
And this road, is it gonna fall apart in a year or two? Is it?
I sure hope not. I mean, it better not. It's the Boy Scouts have approved the profile and the road design. It's more of a direct route. We had a couple different proposals, some switchbacks, and had to deal with some drainage, but this was a more direct route. I will go back to Catherine's question. So the first maybe 60 feet will be paved per El Paso County's requirements for that, coming off Lloyd Gulch, but the rest will be dirt. So I did forget about that small section. There's a couple borrow sites that are needed to construct the road. Most of the material should come from on-site, so we don't have to import anything, which kept the cost down as well. Trying to think what else I could share. There's 2 access points. I mention that? Sorry. So the Boy Scouts are getting an additional or an improved access to their cabin, because that will also serve as an access for us to our infrastructure in that same area. The permit for El Paso County should be signed shortly. We had to, we didn't have to, but we signed a maintenance agreement with El Paso County to maintain site distances, because those willows like to grow up on the edge of the road. So we'll have to maintain those. Once the road's constructed, then we can get equipment in there to construct the dam. So this is the first step to that. Hopefully I'll be coming back to you with a contract for the actual design of the dam itself.
Excellent. Okay.
And how quickly do you think the geotech work will be done?
For the dam itself?
Yes, yeah.
It's just a matter of scheduling once we approve a contract, so pretty quick. Yeah.
Any further questions? Thank you, Kip. Any discussion?
No discussion other than to say I'm very, very thrilled that we basically came in $1 million under budget. So well done.
Very exciting.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion for the approval of the contract between the City of Woodland Park and HCG Construction for construction of the reservoir access roads in the amount of $1,224,685.
I'll second.
Monica?
Okay, Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
and the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay, final item under the consent calendar. Item E, approval of a contract between the City of Woodland Park and Respec for, is that how it's spelled? Or
Yep,
it's- okay.
respect, yep.
Construction management services for the reservoir access roads in the amount of $124,600. Mr. Wiley.
So this one couldn't be approved unless the first item was approved. So the construction management, so Respec is the consultant who designed the road and has done the majority of the work on the existing reservoir. They've done the preliminary geotech for the dam site itself. They've actually worked on this project for the last 15 years. So they're very familiar. It only made sense to bring them on board to help with the construction management of the road. So this would include testing. So the geotech or the testing and consultant will also is also included under Respec in this contract. Any questions or RFIs that come in, they will handle that. And this is their proposal for the project.
Okay, thank you. Council, questions? Nope. Seeing none. Okay, any discussion?
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead.
I'll make the motion for the approval of a contract between the City of Woodland Park and Respec as written.
Thank you. Can I get?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Monica?
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
and motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, council. It's very exciting. I hope to bring to you another contract for the design of the dam itself very soon here.
Yeah, thank you for the work, Mr. Wiley. Appreciate that.
Now he's Mr. Wiley.
Yeah, I've been calling him Kip too many times. I think maybe we need, okay, all right, good. All right, we're back to Kip. That's good. All right, item 6, public comment on items not on the agenda.
We have 6 people signed up to make public comment tonight. The
Okay.
first one is Ann Carlson.
This is, yeah, this would be items
Oh.
not on the agenda.
Okay, well, let's see if anyone else is not on the agenda. Mike Perini?
I'm on the agenda.
Okay. Tony Perry?
Oh.
On the agenda. Stephanie Smith? Brian Boxter, same, and Mark Weaver
Yes, on the agenda.
on the agenda. Okay, I guess we have no one signed up for public comment.
Okay.
And there's no one online either.
Okay, thank you. I think going forward though, too, we've talked about it a little bit on the dais here that we are going to remind people, educate the public that items not on the agenda cannot be discussed. So I know that some folks will come up looking for an answer, but we cannot do that unless that item has been posted for at least whatever our time is. So just so everybody knows, when you come up for items not on the agenda, we will not be able to respond to you up here on the dais. Okay. Let's see, item number 7, unfinished business. We have none. Item 8, ordinances on initial posting. 8A, approval of ordinance 1522, series 2026 on initial posting, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, prohibiting the use of gray water and the installation of gray water treatment works and setting a public hearing for May 21st, 2026. Presenter, Mr. Kip.
Perfect. Not a whole lot on initial posting, just setting the public hearing for May 21st. Just want to do a brief overview. This is in response to the state and some regulations that came down. Currently, we do not have any gray water regulations in place. And that's what we need to do, but this ordinance is basically prohibiting gray water systems until we get gray water systems in place, or regulations in place, excuse me.
Thank you. Council questions? Just initial posting? Okay.
Can you explain just kind of briefly the difference between gray water and reclaimed water? Those two different?
They're the same. I think you're meaning reuse water.
Yes, reuse water. Thank you.
So reuse water comes from the wastewater treatment plant, so it's already met a standard. Gray water, in the treatment of gray water, isn't meant for surface watering, where reuse water is. So gray water is things where you can flush water closets with, I'll say, a slightly treated water, because there's no chance of anyone coming in contact with that for the most part, unless you really like your water closet.
Don't even know what.
But so, and then subsurface irrigation as well. So like drip systems, things like that are subsurface.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. Can I get a motion?
Yes,
you.
I will make a motion for the approval of ordinance 1522, series 2026 on initial posting and ordinance of the City of Woodland Park of the City Council of the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, prohibiting the use of gray water and the installation of gray water treatment works and setting a public hearing for May 21st, 2026.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Monica?
Yes. Jones,
Yes.
Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
and the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, council.
Item B, approval of ordinance number 1523, series 2026 on initial posting, an ordinance of the City Council for the City of Woodland Park, Colorado, amending the land lease agreement between the City of Woodland Park and Cellco Partnership doing business as Verizon Wireless for the purposes of updating Verizon's leased area and facility located in relation to the aquatic center located at 111 North Baldwin, and setting the public hearing for May 21st, 2026. Mr. Wills.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. This is on first reading and just setting for a public hearing briefly. This ordinance remedies a survey error, a property description error in the original lease agreement. Right, that's all it does.
And this is the one that basically is moving it tighter to the building, closer back to the building.
That is correct.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Initial posting, any discussion?
I'll make a motion for the approval of ordinance number 1523, series 2026 on initial posting as written, setting the public hearing for May 21st, 2026.
Second.
Thank you. Monica?
Okay, Nakai,
Yes.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
And the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay, number 9, we are heading into public hearings, so let's see. This will be a public hearing allowing citizens or any other interested person the opportunity to be heard for or against the granting of a festival permit for 2026 Vino and Notes. Monica.
Yes. So as you said, this is a public hearing for the festival permit for 2026 Vino and Notes. The applicants are Tracy and Dan Vinton with Barn and Barrel LLC, doing business as 2026 Vino and Notes. They have a current beer and wine license in Florence, Colorado, and they have obtained legal access to Memorial Park with a permit number 3279. The festival will be held at Memorial Park on Saturday, August 1st from 11 to 5, and the recommendation is to approve the permit.
Thank you. Council, any questions or discussion?
So this is just basically a change of ownership of who's running Vino and Notes? Is that? Or did they run it did you guys run it, did they run it last year? You ran it last year? Oh, okay, all right.
Yes, I guess.
Based on.
Okay. Questions? Discussion? All right, I'll open the meeting to the public hearing portion of our meeting now. And do we have anybody signed up?
I don't have anyone signed up. We
Okay.
can just ask if anyone in the audience
Yeah.
would like to.
Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on this matter? Yeah, please, Mike. I guess, yeah, we're doing first names all day today. So.
Hi, Mike Perini,
Thank you.
Woodland Park, and I just want to encourage a positive vote for Vino and Notes. My wife and I and some other people here in the community helped start that wonderful festival years ago. Excited where it has been and where it's going. It has brought a lot of people to Woodland Park, provided some activity and fun up here that, quite frankly, we didn't have back in the day. But I don't see any downside. I think they should get their permit. I love the fact that they're moving to a new location and the people that are organizing it are well suited for this kind of venue and activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, again, any further discussion or comment? Can I get a motion then?
I'll make a motion to approve yeah, this one's weird. I'll make a motion allowing the citizens. Well, okay, never mind. I'm trying again. I'm gonna make a motion to approve the Vino and Notes Festival permit for 2026.
There you go. We got a motion and a second.
Okay,
You were gonna get there.
I did.
Bryant,
Yes.
Gear,
Yes.
Smith,
Yep.
DeZellem,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Nakai.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. It was, yes, that's okay. All right, new business. Today we do have some. Yeah, so we are gonna conduct a discussion on filling the vacated seat on council due to the election of me as mayor. Okay, so my vacated seat. So we have to have a conversation so everybody knows. We have to have a discussion up here and provide staff direction as to how we're going to fill the vacated chair. It is a 2-year term, would be the remainder of what was my 4-year term. Council, how do you think we should proceed?
I was going to suggest that we continue the precedent we've set since I've been sitting up here, which is to take applications.
Okay. Let's discuss that or other, yeah.
Why don't we just work our way
Yeah.
down?
Yeah. So,
Well, I guess for public clarity, we do have a number of options before us for filling the seat. The first would be to take no action. We did see that with the open seat that Carol Harvey left. It was close enough to an election where It didn't really make sense necessarily to fill it. We do have the option to go through the appointment process, either through interview or direct appointment. And then the third would be a special election, which frankly would be costly, and I do not think a good use of our resources or our citizens' time this recent after an election. I guess there's also a fourth option that we have, in the sense that we're not necessarily required to take any immediate action. The seat that you vacated has been vacant for just about a month. And potentially, if we were to go down the appointment road, leaving this matter kind of on the table for a month or two might allow potential applicants to consider the role rather than making a decision so quickly after an election. We did fill 4 seats, which is the majority of council. So just something to consider, that we don't necessarily have to act immediately. And there may be advantages to that. There may be disadvantages to that. But I think if we are to go down the appointment process or take applications, that I would like to see the best pool of applicants we can pull. And I think sometimes that takes a moment to pause and consider for people considering that. So that's kind of my thought process around it.
Thank you. Mr. Gear.
You know, this one's a little tricky in that I'm certainly mostly in favor of taking applications and going that route. It's a process that we use for your seat. I kind of see 2 paths forward here. One is taking applications and going through that process, and then for me personally, I see the second option is maybe tabling it for a month or two. The downside to tabling it, I think, to me though, and why I prefer opening up the application process is, I know we haven't had anything really, controversial or, vote deciding in a while, but that may not always be the case. And, we've had this seat here open on the end for coming up on a year now. And so I'm not sure if I'm thrilled with the idea of leaving it open even longer. So I would say I'm definitely more leaning towards the idea of opening it up to an application process. I think the public was extraordinarily clear in their vote as to the 4 people they wanted to be up here. So I think it would behoove us to go the application route and see if anyone wants to apply, and then we can kind of make a decision from there.
Thank you, Jeff. Steve.
I'm more to those, with those 2 choices is leave it vacant or go through the application process. Those are my 2, choices.
Okay. Thank you. Don.
Having gone through this process several times.
Yeah. Thank you for the humor, Don.
I have no problem with the application process. At the same time, I know there are other options, but I tend to kind of agree with Jeff as far as how the results came out. So I'm good with doing applications. I don't think we should leave the seat vacant for long.
Thank you. Thank you, Don.
So kind of consensus wise, it sounds like we're mostly on board with proceeding with the application process post haste. Is that?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think the application process would be the best way to go. I am concerned about leaving the seat open for too long. I do agree with Seth that, it's been open. But I agree, and we've been able to function well, but I agree that we don't know how long that kind of decorum could last. So I do think we're going to need to go through a process that opens up for other candidates. And yeah, I think I'm on board with the application process too. Yeah.
So, can I maybe to come in between the two, Seth wanted maybe a little bit more time, maybe we make the application process 45 days instead of 30?
Oh. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, we could go one of two routes there, I think, because they kind of do the same thing, but different. Is we open it up, quote unquote, now for say 45 days, or we open it up starting June 1st for 30 days. It kind of ends up being six of one, half a dozen of the other. From a staff perspective, it doesn't really matter from a staff perspective, does it, Aaron? Okay.
I'm looking at Monica, no.
Okay. All right, so I think that's kind of the decision right now is do we open it up effective as soon as Monica can get that process going, or do we give Monica a little bit of time to get that process ready to go and we open it up, say, June 1st?
Yeah. I don't, Monica, yeah, do you have any?
I would prefer June 1st, just because I'm on vacation next week. That would give me time to
That's
fair.
pull it together, yes.
Okay.
Are we?
And
in
so
agreement?
starting June 1st, it'd be a 30-day
30-day
application window,
application.
and then council would interview at the next council meeting?
In July.
Well,
Meeting in July.
Yeah, because
the first one likely.
the first one technically falls
right.
on July 2nd. Normally because of the 4th of July holiday, we tend to skip that meeting. So then we wouldn't, I mean, really, we could open it up June 1st and close it on June 10th, or
What?
July 10th,
Oh, God.
sorry. July 10th, because we're not gonna meet till July 16th. So
Good.
maybe something like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be a little bit of an extended application window, but it wouldn't impact when the actual appointment interviews would happen.
Right.
No, I think we'd still be doing that, the July 16th meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're meeting on the 16th, just closing it on the 10th, is that too tight or?
Yeah.
I would think we would want it by the 8th at the latest, but
Okay.
I'll defer to Monica.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we do Monday, July 6th then?
That way you have time to process. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we good? Direction? Consensed?
I'm good with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and so once we come to consensus, just for the folks out in the audience, we'll give staff direction on how we want to proceed. And then we're going to open up for public comment on what we've just done or whatever. It would be on this agenda item. So we're going to certainly open up for public comment if you guys would like. Okay.
So June 1st to July 6th.
Right.
So it's a 36-day application process.
You guys, Aaron, are you good? Okay. Monica? Yep. Okay.
That's fair.
So now at this time, Monica, if you're okay with it, we'll open up for public comment.
Okay, so first on the list was Ann Carlson.
Good evening. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Ann Carlson. I've lived in Woodland Park for about 7 years, and I congratulate the mayor and all of those who did win the recent election. I want to tell you about my experience with Mary Sikowski. And in some ways, I'm disappointed that you're not considering really appointing her, but I did not know her before this election. I'd heard of her from some other contexts, but I'd had no previous meeting with her. As you probably remember, she had set up a lot of times for the public to meet with her, and then opened up her schedule for other times to meet outside of those times as well. Well, on the very last day before the election, at the very last hour for her time of meeting at Solid Grounds, I thought, I want to get down there and meet with her. There seemed to be so much contention and vitriol about so many things on this election. So I went down and I was hoping I would get a little bit of time with her because I had a long list of questions that I wanted to ask with her. And as soon as I walked into Solid Grounds, there she was at the small table, and there was somebody that had just left that opened up that seat, and there was nobody else waiting. So I sat down, I got in right away. I'm sure she was tired. I mean, this had been a long process, but you could not tell that. She was very fresh and energized and so very welcoming. And I felt so comfortable with her. Then I started going through this long list of questions. So many of the things that were very contentious and other things that I knew had, from the last 7 years that I wanted to ask her about. And she was very professional. I was so impressed with the way that she had researched so much. There was a depth of understanding and a depth of being able to communicate some very complex situations in a way with such simplicity and with such openness in ways that I could understand as well. And so I was very impressed with that. She was so interested in hearing my situation and my experiences living here and ideas that I had for things that I thought could make this a better city. Another thing, with all of the vitriol that was going on, there was never one single comment that was negative about any of her competitors. So the ballot issues, I just thought we need her on this council. And so we didn't agree on some of the ballot issue. I asked her, what do you think of this? How are you going to vote on this and why? And it ended up being an hour with her. And she was as fresh at the end of that hour as she was at the beginning of that hour. And so I loved her attitude. I loved her professionalism. I loved her desire to communicate and her ability to set up ways that we could communicate with her. And I thought, man, I love that. And so even though I didn't vote the same with her on all the issues, I certainly voted for her. And I hope that you will remember the hundreds of people that did vote for her. Almost more than a third of the voters, from what I understand, voted for her. And so I would love to see her on this council. Thank you.
Okay, next on the list is Mike Perini.
Welcome, Mike.
Good evening, Mayor and Council Member. I'm Mike Perini from Woodland Park. Congratulations to each of you who received a thumbs up from voters. Voters made it clear that they were comfortable with continuity and the current direction of the council. That decision deserves respect. At the same time, voters sent a second signal, one that I believe deserves equal attention. With Councilmember Jones moving into the role of mayor, a vacancy was created. Voters understood that reality, and in that context, Mary received approximately 900 votes, about 38% of those cast. Let's be clear about what that means. If the voters had no interest in Mary serving on city council, those numbers would not exist. You don't arrive at nearly 40% by accident. That level of support reflects a deliberate choice by a substantial portion of this community. Our data of voter types who supported Mary Sikowski includes longtime residents, new residents, young adult voters, middle age and senior retired voters, business owners, and veterans. The list goes on. We even saw voters change their opinion to support Mary after meeting her in person. And yes, voters who were influenced by her independence, not being part of a bloc, said yes to Mary. Again, voters knew the outcome of the council race would create an open seat, and still nearly 4 out of 10 voters chose Mary. And that's not incidental, that's a signal. A signal that while voters supported continuity, they also supported adding a new voice, her voice, to the conversation. What do 900 voters look like? Well, I printed out just one page using the same font size as the ballot to demonstrate, and when you do the math, those numbers fill more than 22 pages. When it's a powerful visual reminder, those votes are not just numbers, they represent a meaningful portion of our community asking to be recognized. So this isn't about revisiting the election, it's about recognizing the full message voters sent. Stability, yes, but also inclusion. Continuity, yes, but also representation. Importantly, no other individual seeking the appointment has demonstrated the level of public support that Mary did. In fact, during the election process, no additional candidate stepped forward, filed, or made a case to voters in the same way she did. In all due respect, I don't see the need for an application process. And let me remind all of us here tonight that she subjected herself to public scrutiny, debate, accountability, and hateful personal attacks. And she made it clear, folks, she still wants to serve, and so do 900 citizens. So anyone who steps forward to serve on city council, whether they agree with you or not, deserves to be listened to and treated with dignity, respect, and grace. That kind of leadership example from you sets the tone for our entire community. Please listen to all 900 voters. Do the right thing. Appoint Mary to the open vacancy tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Tony Perry.
Mr. Mayor, will you indulge me for a moment just to say something positive about the staff?
Sure. Okay.
I know it's out of order,
Yeah.
but,
Won't start the timer.
okay, thank you. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to read to hit the time. Yeah, so 15 years ago approximately, I was on the executive council that approved doing this reservoir deal with the city of Woodland Park.
Oh.
So kudos to Aaron and his team and the staff for making it happen, because it's been needed. It's very strategic, very smart. It's a win-win scenario. And so thank you for finally getting it done. It's only been 15 years. So,
Thank you, Tony.
yeah. Okay, so
now
Tony,
start.
yeah. Tony Perry, Woodland Park, been here 26 years. Okay. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here tonight to advocate for the appointment of Mary Sikowski to the vacant City Council seat. Mary is a successful local business owner who is deeply passionate about our community. She is reasoned, possesses integrity, and brings a positive, solutions-oriented attitude to every discussion. Let me share why she stands out. Mary worked with other parents to expand meaningful school choice options for families in our district. While the Merit Academy program has been controversial and politicized, it has enriched the lives of many of our children and given parents real options. 2019, Mary and a group of local families had a vision to bring Tava House development and other amenities to our city. Through their own serious investment, staying power through thick and thin, and genuine commitment to this community, not as outside developers. They're not developers. They have delivered phase 1 and 2 of that vision. She also volunteers her time teaching junior achievement classes in our local schools, investing directly in the next generation. And I believe the last time she was at Summit Elementary, so it's not just a Merit thing. I want to briefly address the short-term rental issue because it perfectly illustrates why Mary belongs on this council. Despite personal attacks, hateful social media posts, and despicable tactics that do not represent the community I want to call home, Mary stepped up and took a leadership role. I can see valid points on both sides of the STR debate, but I'm tired of the ends justify the means mentality that's crept into our civic life. A small group of citizens used the petition process to force a confusing, poorly drafted ballot question onto an off-election ballot, talk about wasting money, at unnecessary cost to taxpayers. The language was so flawed that many residents likely voted yes on both measures. This left property owners and investors without a clear or graceful path forward from an activity that had been expressly permitted and taxed as a lodging with Woodland Park business license. Our police department found no material evidence of increased problems tied to STRs. Here's why this matters. Our community deserved open, respectful public debate, not clever political tactics designed to force a predetermined outcome. This is exactly why we need leaders like Mary, intelligent, invested, and committed to civil discourse. Adding her voice will make the council stronger, not weaker. I am grateful for each of you and Mary that you're willing to serve. I wouldn't do it, period. End of story. Please do not fear adding a thoughtful, positive voice that may occasionally offer a different perspective. We are stronger with more ideas than fewer. Those of you who have met with Mary know she will add real value even when the conversation is difficult. Thank you. I respectfully urge you to appoint Mary Sikowski to the vacant seat.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay, next we have Stephanie Smith.
Good evening, council, mayor. Stephanie Smith, been a Woodland Park resident since 2020. I came to respectfully ask you to reconsider the appointment process for Mary Sikowski. I've known Mary for quite some time now. To me, she represents honesty, integrity. She's always been willing to sit down, answer questions, have open conversations. I believe that she needs to be up here. She needs to represent the voice of that almost 40% that did vote for her. And so, sorry, I didn't prepare a speech like everybody else did, but I 100% mirror everything that the first three said in every aspects. All the hard work and research that she put in to her campaign, the way she stood up and the way she subjected herself to all of that public scrutiny, and she held her head high. She ran a clean campaign. She represents tenacity, grit, determination. She's the smartest, most intelligent businesswoman I know. I respect her a great deal. So just would like for you to respectfully reconsider and appoint her the open seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Brian.
Thank you, Brian Bossy, Woodland Park. I've been here almost 4 years. I came from the state of Washington and things like that. I really wasn't involved with the city election thing until such time an election image got stolen, defaced Mary Sikowski, and it got me emotionally involved. My dad was superintendent of prisons in a state. Two governors gave him an award. That kind of graphic of a woman and a widow is despicable. The entity that did this, PRPR, is an approved political action committee of Woodland Park. I called them out. Oh, we just were trying to represent our voters guide. Gee, it represented 4 people up here. And that was the messaging that was going to go. The lies and the disinformation that occurred was pathetic. I called them out. I offered to meet with them to discuss it, nothing. So I'm going to echo everything here. I know Mary, I know her heart. It's in Woodland Park. If you know her story about how she came here, you would really understand. I'm going to bring a negative point to this. I see that you're saying open it up. I see some, I've gotten to know a little bit, I think, and I hope you're open-minded. I've served on local, state, and national boards where I've been the lone vote. It's not easy, but sometimes it's important to be independent to do the right thing. I just looked up, I said, okay, what's the standards here? Ordinance 1414 of Woodland Park discusses conflicts of interest. I'm going to read it. City shall conduct business operation services in accordance with the law and highest standards of business practices and ethics. The city is committed to complete honesty, integrity, fair dealing, and ethical behavior on the basis of businesses, operations, services. It's the intent of the city that the officers and employees adhere to the highest levels of ethical contact, that the public will have confidence that the persons who are in the positions of public responsibility act for the benefit of the public. 900 people, 850, whatever it was, 4 were in a block. 1 was standing alone going up against all this crap. And I'll just, excuse my language, it pisses me off. In the event that this goes out to get other candidates, I will be bringing recusal requests to this chamber. And I have the base, I've actually talked to an attorney. I'm looking at a recusal thing that says prejudgment, bias, past behavior, personal and public, may force. And is that what we want in this city? Heck no. I'm asking you to do the right thing. Point Mary Sikowski.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, the last person on the list is Mark Weaver.
Good evening, everyone. Mark Weaver, Woodland Park, been here about 25 years. I think you all know me. I know most of you. Congratulations, Mayor Jones, on getting elected. Council members, congratulations on getting elected. I want to advocate for Mary Sikowski. I think you should appoint her. Just go ahead and appoint her for these reasons. Yes and amen to everything everybody has said here. I want you to know that I've been walking alongside Mary for years now in the Tava House deal. I mean, through the minutia, through 3 lender agreements, through all the contractor agreements, all the fiscal and monetary arrangements you could possibly imagine with a multi-million-dollar deal. And she has been amazing and critical to our project. We could not have done it without what that brings. So, you know, Mary, with her finance degree from the University of Georgia, that fiscal and monetary knowledge is something you could use. It would help the council. It would strengthen the council. It's not something to push back on, say that that we don't need that. You should invite that onto the council. Then I want to let you know that I echo what Mike is saying about 900 people. I mean, come on, y'all. Yes, she did not get elected, but 900 citizens that you represent have said, we want Mary. And I think you should allow for that position instead of go out to applications and all that. And I can see a measure of understanding on that. However, why not just appoint the next candidate that got 900 votes? It's makes a lot of common sense if you did that. Then I would say, if you are still reluctant to do it, I guess I would look at you as my friends and say, what is it you're afraid of? What is your fear here? That you're gonna appoint Mary to this seat. She's 1 vote. She has it's the one position. It's not like she can turn the council any direction she wants. Why would you want that voice on your council? So I respectfully ask that you would consider appointing her tonight to be on council. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Monica, anybody else?
I don't have anyone else signed up.
Okay. Anybody else in the audience would like to speak on this matter? Yeah. Thank you, Catherine.
Catherine Perry, Woodland Park resident for 26 years. I don't have prepared notes either, but just listening tonight, it's no secret that Park State is the lender on the Tava project. So I've been working intimately with Mary over the last year. I'm the senior loan officer at Park State, chief lending officer, and her intelligence, her background, her skill, her financial knowledge is, I will echo what Mark said, something this council needs, something this city needs. There is nothing to fear about Mary. And so it's disappointing for me to sit here and listen to all of you say, oh, let's open it up to applications, when that opportunity for applications happened in the regular election cycle. Everyone in town had the opportunity. I had the chance to sign up and run for city council, and I didn't do it. And so now that we have an open seat, we knew there was going to be an open seat. 900 of us voted for her. Some of us were so disappointed in that campaign that the bloc mounted that even though there are friends of ours on council, we couldn't be bothered to vote for the bloc because it was an embarrassment to our town. And so I strongly would advocate that you guys look around and do not fear a 7th vote here, because to open it up to applicants is opening it up to the couldn't be bothered in the real cycle, couldn't be bothered to have to articulate their positions in front of the citizenry, couldn't be bothered to come to a debate, couldn't be bothered to put their own funds behind a campaign. And that's who you're then going to just privately select from. I don't like that. That misrepresents what Woodland Park is meant to be. And 900 of us voted for Mary for very, very good reason. She will be a contributing 1/7 of our city council. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, yeah, please.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Perini. Lived here since 2002, retired D11 special ed teacher. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. I don't have any prepared remarks, and I just really have one thought I want to leave with you. All of the folks have said very cogent things and things that make sense. I hope you will put them into your heart and really, really pull them out and look at them again. And I just want to remind you that very difficult issues make good law. Good arguments make good law. Swords that sharpen themselves by clashing together to consider all sides of issues make good law and make good counsels. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for that. We'll go ahead and close the public discussion portion now. Council, any further discussion? Okay. Thank you. You staff, you're good? Aaron, you're good? Yep. Okay. All right, let's move on to reports. Mayor's report. I have one now. Let's start off here. Wednesday, May 13th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the UPass Cultural Center is hosting their monthly free community concert. This month, Mike and Birdie, mountain music duo, playing their blend of original and contemporary bluegrass, yay, folk, and classic country music. Doors open at 5:30, show starts at 6. On Saturday, May 16th from 12 to 3 p.m., the Woodland Aquatic Center is hosting a free Water Safety Day. All ages are welcome to come learn important life-saving skills, view demonstrations, and have fun. Those are the events that I have. I did want to say Main Street today, the three Main Streets actually between Victor, Cripple Creek, and Woodland Park got together as they do every month. We were able to meet down in Victor, which is a wonderful experience if you haven't been down there. And it's unstructured, so I don't have anything to report out, but I will say that just getting the three Main Streets together, and Don, I know, I'm excited about you being on the Main Street liaison, or being the Main Street liaison, but the three of us, the three organizations getting together and just kind of storming on how we can work together, how we can build tourism, within Teller County. And I think they're calling it Tour Teller, something like that. Looking for a head nod. Yes, something like that. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. But there is some kind of organization, there's some kind of thought process coming together with the three Main Streets. And I think that's very exciting. Catherine.
All right. So UAC hasn't met this month yet, so I don't have anything from there, but thank you guys for the gray water ordinance. Appreciate that. The legislative update. So we had 3 land use bills that were intrusive to our home rule, and they have officially died. So House Bill 261114, granting minimum lot sizes of 2,000 square feet, is dead. House Bill 261308, which allowed for you to lot split that 2,000 into 1,200 and 800 square feet, also died. And my favorite one, they were all bad, but HB 261119, which allows for the mill levy to be divided and taxed separately for your vacant land versus your house, also died. So yay. This is good news. Queen of the Code is very happy. They're trying to shove some last minute bills through. They have until Monday at 5 o'clock. Anything after that between Monday and Saturday the 16th will not pass because they don't have the timeline. Nothing is really so far going to affect us. On Jeff, one more, there was a youth sports safety SB Senate Bill 26-100, which would have made us being able to hire volunteers, almost impossible. That died.
Thank goodness.
So that's all I have from the legislative.
I would just
Miss-
chime in on that. No. I appreciate you being on that meeting, that committee meeting that is ending. It has
This was
ended.
the last meeting.
This was the last meeting for the legislature. And I will say that both Catherine and myself sent letters into Senator Baisley to requesting, almost demanding at times, that some of these land use bills be killed. And Senator Baisley did act on one of them. So that was very.
Well, and actually to that, the one I sent in also did die, which was the one for the license plate readers.
Oh, yes, the
That one.
flock system.
That one is also dead.
Yeah. No.
No, he voted against all of them.
Yeah. No. And he's term limited.
Yes, he's running for Senate.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that's
Fair.
all I have.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right, keep Woodland Park beautiful. We had our Litter Bug Art Lab on April 29th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pretty much we got out of there right as the snow started, and so the weather was perfect. Really appreciate that. We had 6th graders from Merritt Academy show up and help us do some beautification around the city, picking up litter. We were able to cover Evergreen Heights and up to Meadowwood Sports Complex and in the neighborhood around Memorial Park. So they did a great job. They collected multiple bags of trash, and then they're taking some of that litter that they found and they've gone back to their classrooms and are making art projects out of it. They found some really interesting stuff. So I'm excited to see what their creative vision is, but they will be coming to council on the 21st to present their art projects. And as I understand it, we're going to display them here at City Hall for a little bit. Okay, fantastic. So they're going to bring their creation here, present it to City Council, and we'll display it here. But again, it was really great seeing those kids get out there, perform service, have a great attitude, even when the snow was, starting to fall. They did really good. I do want to thank AJ's for helping us out with pizza. I think that helped keep the morale high there. Hot pizza on a cold day works out. Additionally, I want to thank Apex Waste. They were great. They helped us with the trash collection. Terry Vaughn, who's been a member of our committee and general manager of Apex Waste, had a garbage truck come out. They were able to show the kids, how it worked, all that stuff. And I think really just helped round out the event. So again, thank you to the Merritt Academy 6th graders. Thank you to Apex Waste. Thank you to AJ's. And of course, all the volunteer committee members for Keep Woodland Park Beautiful, who threw this thing together in a pretty short time. So definitely appreciate them. Our next meeting for Keep Woodland Park Beautiful is Monday, May 11th at 5 p.m. Additionally, the Youth Council meeting, it was supposed to be last Wednesday, but the weather canceled that. And so we have had to reschedule. The Youth Council meeting will now be on Wednesday, June 3rd at 4 p.m. Again, those kids will be talking about things like bylaws, electing officers, complying with open meeting laws, and really learning what it is to be on a public body. So excited to see where that goes. And lastly, we had the golf course open last week, and despite some challenging weather, there were some great days of golf that were out there. I had a chance to go out there Sunday, and I was there for a meeting, but I looked out there and there were golfers all over the place. So just congratulations to Monumental Golf and Parks and Rec and the people running events for getting that up and running. I think we're off to a great start this year. That's what I got.
Wonderful. I just want to chime in. Lynn and I, my wife and I, had a chance to play the front nine on Monday, and it was a gorgeous day. And the course looks great. I'll just continue that theme. Mr. Gear?
Yep. So unfortunately, I've been sick for almost the last week. So HPC met on Tuesday. I was unable to attend. So as soon as the video hits YouTube, I'll watch the meeting and hopefully have some feedback for you in the next meeting. But other than that, that is all I got.
Thank you, Jeff. Mr. Smith?
Yeah, nothing for Park and Rec. We'll let you know probably at the next meeting. But
starting Saturday from the 9th to the 17th at the fire department. There we'll start collecting pine needles.
Oh, great.
So start raking your lawns and get your pine needles picked up. And it starts they'll start collecting them at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. at the fire department. And that goes to the 17th. So this Saturday, the 9th to the 17th.
Thank you.
And we are contributing 2 of those bins this year.
Yeah.
We're happy to
And
be a partner in that.
Yep, and also Chief Deisler's wife just had surgery yesterday. So if people can keep her in the prayers for speedy recovery, I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. Mr. DeZellem.
Hi, Main Street met Monday morning and we started off with a work session on board leadership, which is probably a good thing because most of the board is brand new. There's been some turnover, including with me joining in on the meetings. So the workshop was very informative. Showed us some things that needed to be looked at. So on June 1st, at our next meeting, we're going to have a workshop starting at 9:30 to start looking over and revising the work plan that was developed.
Excellent.
And I should have more on our first meeting in June about the outcome of that.
Great, thank you. And I did forget, we had a DDA meeting. So excited about the Main Street. So we did have a DDA meeting. We are now up to 20 applications for the micro grant program. So I want to keep ringing that bell. If you know of somebody out there who owns a business within the Downtown Development Authority District, and there's a map, please have them apply. We have, I think, allocated right now, I think we have about half of the monies. Now, not all that's going to come in, but you know, so it's around half of the 200,000 that we allocated in the DDA. So forgot about that. Okay. Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. A short report, as Catherine mentioned, the General Assembly is in its death convulsions now. And we will prepare a memo once they leave us, explaining what all we have to deal with in an immediate way. Most of their bills take effect in August, but some of them that don't contain effective dates take effect on the governor's signature.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that we'll be really zeroing in on. That's it.
Thank you. Aaron.
I will add from the DDA meeting, the DDA did vote to approve the resolution for the redevelopment and reimbursement agreement with TAVA. So that is approved and ready for signature. We still have 20 grant applications available for that DDA. So we definitely still want to push that. Hopefully people will fill that up and we'll get all 40 of them, right, John? We're very excited for flowers. We're very excited for the downtown this summer. So let's hope that we get those all done. We are so excited for the golf course. We continue to be working very hard there. So thank you for your support and saying those kind words. We're going to continue to hopefully knock it out of the park. So that's what's going on there. All right.
You want to talk a little bit more about the flowers?
We can. So we have, depending on the weather, we're looking at sometime after Memorial Day to start seeing the hanging baskets come up all around town. And then the week of June 15th, Rob has to give me the exact date, but we will be doing a citywide flower planting day where we'll probably close City Hall and have the entire staff and any other volunteers that would like to come, but we don't have the date set yet.
Okay. Perfect.
Sometime that week of June 15th.
And I think the basket number was around 47-ish.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a lot.
And we have 13 flower beds that we'll be looking to work on.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Was there anything else? You were looking at something? No. Okay. Monica. Okay. Well, with that, we are adjourned.